Welcome to Mobile Armor Radio, the podcast for all things Mecha. Jumpship incoming.
All right. Welcome to Mobile Armor Radio. This is episode number 88. We're back again for the month of October. Rob and Brian are here as always.
Woo!
I feel like it's been a slow month as far as content and stuff. There's a couple little things. I've done some stuff, watched the little things, but
I think the weather's been too nice generally.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie that the nice weather has kept us from the basements and our libraries and 100%. Our TV screens.
Yeah.
I know that Rob has been forced to walk the malls and eat Cinnabons and Wetzel pretzels. But other than that, I think he's spent a lot of time in the Hot Topic.
All things
getting fake tattoos and some baggy jeans.
Hot Topic.
But I guess nothing. You guys been enjoying the weather? Yay!
Comment below if you have had good weather.
Comment below. It's been hot though. I'm not gonna lie. It got hot.
Yeah, it was like nice, cool fall, and then hot.
And
then
hot.
And now we got hurricanes coming, so it's all good.
Wait, you got a hurricane coming to your?
Not to me.
Wait.
I'm in the middle of the country.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't get it.
Up the East Coast, there is hurricanes.
Yeah, but that's not where I live, so I don't worry about that.
Yeah, all of us kind
of.
But
if you listeners
if you're on the East Coast,
look out.
You hunker down. Don't you mess around with no hurricane.
There's two of them.
No, don't mess with them.
Are they going up the eastern seaboard, or are they going into the Gulf?
Up the eastern seaboard.
All right. Well, if you live in South Carolina, North Carolina, West Virginia,
it's all this is because Pat cares, and he's not just stalling for time.
I never stall for time. I'm just making idle shit. If I was still living in Baltimore, I'd be worried.
Did Baltimore get that stuff?
Sometimes it did, but more often than not, it usually dissipates or heads out. But if it goes into New York, it's usually when Baltimore gets nailed.
Yeah.
So, hunker down, coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We'll see if it gets that far.
Let's move on into the dropship.
Dropship.
Dropship landing.
All right, here we are at the dropship. The dropship is sponsored by John Bear Ross. He's back to doing his patron. Now, by being a patron, you get a monthly 50% discount on My Mini Factory.
Discount
code on My Mini Factory, Cults, and CG Trader just for $1.99 a month. That's $1.99 a month. All his products are available on My Mini Factory. Just search for John Bear Ross, and the link will be in the show notes. We thank JBR for being a loyal sponsor and friend of the show since day one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's done a lot of stuff lately, but the thing I think is cool, he's brought back his Raptor series, which is looks like a Locust, but it's a full size 28 millimeter. Looks awesome.
Did he post it up on this page?
Yes.
Missed it.
All of his Facebook pages always have all this stuff, but here it is next to his Warhammer variant. But yeah, I have all his other ones, but I think I do have the Raptor somewhere. I don't have a 3D printer anymore, but it's looking cool.
Yeah, it does good work. If you guys, for $1.99, really, honestly, that's a steal to get any of the Mechs he's put up, especially if you're looking for
for 50% off.
Warlord Titan.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're even at full price, they're cheap. But yeah, you get the half price with a discount. It's definitely worth it if you're gonna buy more than one a month for sure, or support them also.
I don't want the Gammies War case shop to come at him.
Yeah, wow. I don't think
his are kind of throw the sniffer bots that those guys put out.
His are so different from actual Games Workshop stuff that I couldn't think they would go after him. Maybe some other companies might go after him, but
you never know with Games Workshop what they're going to do and what kind of cease.
They could never go after that. He never calls them that.
They would throw this and that. They're what's the word I'm looking for? Their MO is not to actually go after it. It's to just, if it looks like, smells like, tastes like, their blanket cease and desist, and then we'll just tie you up in.
I don't think they can do that anymore. They used to do that. I think that's the days of that are
They
gone.
just did just a couple months ago.
Against somebody, really?
Yeah, but like 80 different companies.
Oh yeah.
And one of them was just because they used the word Warhammer, it had nothing to do with Mechs or with GW. It had something to do with
Warhammer is a
Battletech.
thing. Yeah, a Warhammer is the thing. Sorry.
That's what I'm saying. It had to do with a Battletech blog or post or something, and then they sent him a cease and desist letter because he said the word Warhammer.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Good old GW. I'm glad they haven't changed.
Yeah.
Some things you can rely on.
All right. Well, let's Rob. Since you're talking about Locust and John Ross, why don't you? What have you been working on?
Absolutely nothing. I haven't done anything. I've been outside, getting sun and walking a lot, and not being inside. I haven't done a single thing. Oh, that's not true. I did put together some Warpath miniatures for the was it 10mm?
We said Warpath, not Warhammer.
Yeah, Warpath. Actually,
Yes.
I'm wearing the shirt actually, coincidentally. But
Nice. I'm not.
yeah, the Epic Warpath from Mantic Games. I got a care package from Ronnie, and I've been putting those together. But there's no mechs. It's tanks and guys, and a big
No
flyer.
mechs than what you've got,
No
but
mechs,
there
yeah.
are mechs. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I,
you were-
There's some
at
really neat
Adepticon,
ones.
I do have to get some for my enforcers. I do have to get some striders, but I do not have them. I have jet bikes, I have tanks, and I have soldiers, peacekeepers.
Yeah. Anyway, you got a crap ton of
Enforcers.
APCs and tanks, so those are
Yeah.
in past shows quantified those to be slightly mechish.
And a big flyer to drop them off. So, yes, I've been doing that. I guess I put those together, but I haven't painted anything, and I haven't. I still have that kit that my buddy Jack gave me. I never broke it out yet. Like I say, it's too nice of weather. Once the weather goes, I'll start doing things again. But I'm just out all day, and then I go to sleep.
Yeah. All right, Brian, what have you done?
Well, I did like get a little bit of the mech bug bit me in the sense of with my 3D printer, I kind of just had that hankering of like, last month we talked about was it mobile frame or mobile arms?
Yeah, Mobile Arms,
Um,
Destiny.
And I was looking at that
Endless
and I was
Destiny.
like, like that looks like a fun project, and it's got me thinking about other mech games. And I always thought it's like I should really get myself a Battletech Lance just for all those friends that I've got that play the game and whatnot. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to
Notice he said Lance, not Star.
Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I like looked online quick, like what's a good starter, set of 4, and I 3D printed them off of like ones that like fan made designs and stuff that
Yeah, there's
people
lots.
have
Yeah.
posted online.
Yeah, a lot of those are also based on some of the old Mech Warrior
Yeah,
games.
I like it's how it's
Yeah.
based on the old Unseen, not the new versions. A lot of the old ones.
Hmm. So I've got 4 of them. I'm trying to remember the names of them.
It's one of Warhammer.
I
Does it
don't
look like
think
this
so.
guy right here? That guy's a Warhammer right there.
No.
That guy's a Marauder.
Um,
you have one of those?
There's the one, I think is a Phoenix Hawk, the
Yeah.
one that's basically a VF1.
Veritex, yeah.
Yeah, that's the Phoenix Hawk.
And then I think one of them I actually got. I have the beginners box, which comes with 2.
Yep. Griffin
plastic
and
minis,
Wolverine,
and then-
I think.
Yeah. So I got the Wolverine and another and 2 other ones.
Cool.
They printed up really nice. I was really happy with how they came out. Again, I'm just really enjoying the fidelity my printer is letting me print with, and I've got them primed up in black. I'm planning to just paint them up sometime and have some fun with it, and then other like hobby things is that the Michigan GT is coming up at the end of this week. As of
Yeah,
this
it's coming up
recording.
quick, yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I won't be able to make it because I got to work this weekend.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
And but for that, like we had a lot of people sign up for Firefight, and so I took it upon myself to work on printing vase mode hills. So that
how
I'm
many
hopefully not.
how many entrants did you get for Firefight?
We got like 12.
That's pretty good. It's pretty solid.
Which is a pretty good, decent number. Dead Zone is definitely looking smaller than that this year. But I know a number of kind of the regular.
But I bet Halo
is
huge, right?
We actually are about on par. Halo had right around 8, I think, sign up, and then Dead Zone we had 6 so far. I'm expecting a few walk-ons for pretty much all of the events.
I feel like you kind of, because you have to run so many events, including the Kings of War, in a 2-day span, that
there's only so much you can do
at this point. Yeah.
It's the challenge of like having these really great game systems. Is like you then have the problem of like, where do we have player overlap and who can we get the most people out of? Like Halo's happening at the same time as Kings, and
Kings of War is both days at that tournament too, isn't it? It's
a 2-day event.
So that takes up a lot of people sometimes.
Yeah. So. And Firefight, we're starting on Friday, and this is kind of bleeding into ComStar, but I was mostly saying I painted up hills as like a hobby activity, and printed off some of the stuff for the mobile arms game, like the little dice STLs and the bases, and I'm gonna probably use my Chibi Tech SD Super Deport. Well, it's like I want to play whatever you want with those minis.
Yeah,
you couldn't do it with that game because it is definitely,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's miniature agnostic. You just have to classify which one's a light, heavy, and medium chassis, and then
define the weapon systems and stuff. Yeah, it's all cards, right? So it's all card based. So
yeah. But yeah, so I won't. If you guys don't mind my going into the tournaments and stuff, but we're doing Firefight on Friday, and the downside of that is we only really have time for 3 games, and so definitely looking at in the future that Firefight probably becomes a 2-day event at Michigan GT.
Wow. Is that popular?
With Kings of War, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Or maybe Epic? Do you think Epic's gonna get in there some way?
It could be if it takes off well enough here.
That's a lot of games and tournaments for the amount of days.
Yeah. So just something I'm toying with, because my Saturday morning event of Dreadball sadly did not have enough people sign up for it
until the new version. I think Dreadball's a little quiet.
Which I'm not entirely surprised on. It's pretty much it's out of print, so like people can't get their hands on it. I was hoping to do just a little hurrah, which is the title of a Dreadball novel.
Last Hurrah.
Last Hurrah, that's right.
Anywho, I digress. I think it's going to be a fun time, but just already looking for ways to increase the outreach and improve things for next year. But I think we're going to have a really good time, and I got some really fun terrain for Dead Zone as well, and for Halo Flashpoint. I painted up a whole bunch of I think I mentioned it last time. I finished painting up the higher ground Halo Flashpoint set that is available online, and that turned out really nice. I'm really excited to get that in front of people. I think it'll be a nice little showcase piece for the Halo Flashpoint tournament. And then I've got some Acid House terrain, the Cyberpunk set for Dead Zone that I'll be kind of showing off there. But
that's good.
Well, I'm always scrambling to get terrain together for tournaments. I don't know why. You'd think at some point
you'd have enough. Yeah.
But
still, when you get Rick should have all that terrain.
He does.
Just get it from him.
He doesn't bring it back. That's the problem.
I just never like I hadn't had a chance to go up to visit Rick since Adepticon.
Well, just tell him to bring it. He's going to be there.
He's gonna be there. Yeah, I'm sure he'll bring it. I need to mention to him. It's like, hey, can you bring all that other stuff?
Yeah, there's a ton of Kings of War terrain in there too, like hills and stuff.
Okay, I know. Mike Carter always brings.
Yeah, I mean, but if you needed hills and stuff for firefight or whatever, you can always use that too.
But yeah, that's what I've got. So at some point here, I am really thinking I need to break out one of these mech games that I've got. I've got a couple of PDFs, and I really like the ones that are kind of that agnostic style with
Endless Destiny's the one. I would tell you play it Endless Destiny because it was fun. It was short,
nice and easy.
Rules are pretty easy.
Yeah,
it's easy.
Like we picked it up in 2 seconds.
That is the
mobile arms.
Mobile arms.
Yeah, the version we got is called Endless Destiny. It's like the beta version, I think.
Yeah.
The Kickstarter for their full version came out.
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about that in the next section.
Yeah, when we get to it. So what have I done? Not too much either. I have done some painting. Most of my painting has been tied up with a project that I've been hired for. So it does have, and it's a lot of the Warpath minis. I did put together a lot of the tanks and APCs and started painting those in addition to troops. It's coming along. But I did paint a couple Redline minis in between. I didn't take any pictures of it.
I've never printed any of those. I haven't painted any of those yet. They're all on my shelf.
Yeah, I primed 2, and I started painting them. These minis, like I paint some of these mech minis that I'm painting, are like my waiting for this to dry, or I need a break from this for a second, so I'm going to paint on this mini for a little bit, and go back. And so that's how I get a couple of minis done. In between, that's how the Xeogenesis got done, and the Endless Destiny mech that I got. I don't even remember which one I got.
No, I did get one.
I think of anything else I've done. My painting table is really tied up with this project now.
Yeah, full of 10mm miniatures everywhere.
10mm miniatures, and occasionally the 6mm. I think I have like 9 more or 6 more Eldar Graph tanks to finish up. The Warlord Titans. Oh, actually, I don't know why you didn't take a picture of that. I finished the Warlord Titan the other day. Is it the Warlord? I forget what they call it.
That's for what is it? Apocalypse? What is it called?
Epic. The version that I'm painting is the Epic, or was just called Space Marine, and then and then the next edition became Epic Space Marine, and then it became Epic, and then it's now something else.
Now it's Titanicus, right?
Titanicus Legion Titanicus. It was
Adeptus Titanicus. I thought it was.
Yeah, Adeptus, and then something. Adeptus something is the troops version, where the Titan was the Titan stuff. I forget what it's called, but they went up in scale because the original was 6 mil, tiny, and then they went up to 15, I think.
I don't know if it's that big. It might be 10.
It might be 10, but I think
15
it was 15.
Flames of War. Flames of War is pretty big.
Yeah, and I think it's
I don't think it's as big as that, is it?
It might be. I'll have to look it up. Anything else I've done as far as the painting?
So you haven't worked on the Neo Zhang in a while?
No, because I haven't been able to go down in the basement.
Oh, you're still stuck upstairs?
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys remember, my foot took a massive hit. And I've only been, honestly, as of this recording, I've only been able to have a shoe on my foot now for 3 days.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I'm still doing a little PT here with my knee and my calf because I'm not used to walking on it very much or bending it very much. So now it's sore, like you wouldn't believe. But I feel like if everything goes well for the rest of this week, I'm going to be able to move my temp hobby table that I have in the living room back into my hobby space, and then I'll be able to get back to working on the Neo genre again.
Nice.
So, I mean, I hope we get it done. That 10 thing's been the bane of my existence. I keep trying to get it done. It's so damn big.
It's the size of a small baby.
Well, and then I also made it much harder for myself by wanting to paint it.
Yeah.
From the ground up instead of just going with the stock colors. But, that's on me.
It's on you.
All right. Well, again, not much to do. So let's head into the ComStar then and talk about nothing.
Yeah.
Message from ComStar.
All right. Welcome to the ComStar. Books, TVs, RPGs, video games, and other sections where we talk about here. And Brian, what have you got for us?
So, haven't really read much, but I've actually kind of find myself. I just finished up a playing through a Dragon Age Veilguard, and I'm kind of finding myself going like, I'm probably gonna get back to Armored Core 6, but I like I started reading just kind of a sci-fi, kind of a generic sci-fi story, and I was like not quite catching on, and like there's a number of giant mech books that I've got now, just kind of been waiting in the wings. Like I should really see about just picking up one of those to get something different.
Yeah.
I think it was just like earlier this month, I was like, the Full Metal Panic like popped into my head, and I was just like, there's a series that I really like that I almost forget exists. And
just last month.
Yeah, and it was like, man, what are the manga, the light novels of those go for on Amazon and whatnot? Well, sure enough, it would be quite a bit of money to
even for the PDFs. Yeah.
They don't have the PDFs
or Kindle versions.
Yeah, if you get a Kindle version, it's a little cheaper, but it's mostly kind of the amount of separate purchases that you have to get for those. But they do have some nice looking like hardcover collections of them now that I kind of have my eye on.
Maybe a Christmas present.
It's a nice Christmas present.
I don't have to drive out to Mitsuwa and take a look and see what they got as for Full Metal Panic and.
Yeah, but so like that was kind of in my mind. It's like maybe something like that would be a nice little change of pace, because I've been reading like fantasy novels. I've been reading some sci-fi novels every now and then, like just kind of spacefaring ones, some cyberpunk ones. I'm like, I should just find something that's in the back catalog that I haven't looked at yet and pull that forward. So that's kind of been on my mind. Continued playing through Mega Man Legends 2 for fun, and I'm starting to remember like just how different the vibe was in that game from the first one. And I'm like kind of identifying. It's like, okay, this is where like it was just a very different feel, where the first game was very cozy in one location, and this one is like a continent hopping, kind of going. Now you're going to the ice place. Now you're going to the open plains. Now you're going to the desert world. It's just like, okay, yeah, starting to remember. Whereas it wasn't quite as fun as like mechanically it's better, but the locations don't quite dive in the same way. Like you really get familiar with that main town in the first game, and so yeah, it's still a fun one, and probably maybe keep playing at it for a little while, but then otherwise in more kind of a newsy thing that I had mentioned once before, and then there's this Kickstarter project that happened called Where's Blade? Magic and Machinery. And it was, I think I reported on it, I don't know if it might have been 2 months ago or something like that. It like had popped up in my feed on Facebook as like coming to Kickstarter, and then I couldn't find any information about it for like that went back more than like a year. Well, that Kickstarter happened and was successful.
It's already over, yeah. It wasn't even a month.
Yeah, it's between the times of our last recording, it had started and ended. It was a like a
I'm sure you can get
campaign.
Yeah, I'm sure you can get into late pledges if you go to their website. We have the link in the show notes, so you can check it out.
Yep. It's by Lion Wing Publishing. Really interested in digging the aesthetic. So this is, the overall premise is that this was a tabletop RPG in Japan from back in like the late 80s. And it was that blend of fantasy and mechs, much a la ExFil.End and everything, and it has that really fun big old chunky fantasy mecha, and like the art aesthetic of this is just such a throwback, and like really makes you reminisce about a bygone era of
before
like
computer animation.
Yeah. And so the project overall was to translate and localize this RPG to Western audiences, because it had never made it across the sea, I think, formally. And so the Kickstarter was successful. They had over 2,600 backers, raised $242,000, and which was what did they say? It was like they 2,400% of their funded goal.
Yeah, their goal was 10,000, which wouldn't have been able to print one book, let alone any amount. So I love when Kickstarters put their initial goal so low, just so they could say they funded in 24 hours. It's like, yeah. Your mother bought enough to fund this game.
And I do feel like they're just making enough money just to kind of cover the cost, and then you get, and that's how you end up in a problem, because then all of a sudden price of paper changes.
Or shipping.
Yeah, and like part of this too is like, I think there were, forget if there was like multiple editions of the game. Like it was a game that had some longevity to it, if I'm understanding correctly, and so like this is a product that had a couple of releases when it was originally came out, and so I think they were covering a couple of them. So really neat. Like, if nothing else, the art is just so stunning to look at.
I should show some of it here.
So I'm looking forward to just flip through the book for that.
Yeah, just the art itself, it looks beautiful. Yeah. It is very ExFil.End though. Like even the designs of the mechs look like that.
Which is saying something, because ExFil.End was in the 90s.
Yeah, so this is before. Maybe ExFil.End was based on this. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just really, really cool, and definitely check it out. It definitely, if you it gets that oh gosh, the name just escaped me right now. I feel terrible. The other fantasy Kickstarter project, the Nexus, was it Nexus?
Oh yeah. What was that called?
Sorry guys, my memory is just awful. That's why. It's not because it's not a reflection on the game. It's just I have terrible memory.
Pat has the Kickstarter, so
I've got the book over there.
I do?
Yes.
Just grab the book.
We interviewed him.
Oh, we're talking about the RPG?
Yeah, this is an RPG we're talking about, Pat.
Aether Nexus.
Aether Nexus, yeah.
Yes.
See.
There it is.
I just have a terrible memory. And so.
Yeah, it's like the new version of that old game, because I'm sure the gameplay would be very different between a modern role-playing game and a role-playing game from the 80s.
Oh yeah, it is funny, because I also just happened to be like watching Record of Lodoss Wars for the first time, and so like to have that and then like look at the character classes for in the Where's Blade game.
It's like, you can map them on.
Here's your mystic is a speaker. Yeah. But it's pretty neat. And then like I was saying previously, I had popped on and got that Endless Destiny the digital set for that Mobile Arms game, and I'm starting to pick my way through that and check it out. I need to do find a nice quick demo, because sometimes it's a struggle for me to read those rules and
They're
really
very simple.
visualize what's going on.
You should be easy, that one.
I think I would if I like really focused and had a game set up in front of me. I think is the kick for me. It's like if I'm just looking at a book, sometimes I'm like hard to conceptualize it. I'm thinking I need to get some mech games in my roster here, and as opposed to just playing Manta games all the time.
For sure, always can use a good mech game.
But that's the long-winded of mine. How about?
All right. You got anything, Rob?
Just some sad news. Ron Freeman, was a longtime writer for Transformers and G.I. Joe cartoons. Died at the age of 93. He had a good life, long career.
That's a good life.
But it's a sad passing of one of the classic writers for those shows.
Yep. R.I.P.
Yep. We just want to give a shout out to Ron Friedman. Other than that, my Kindle died, so I haven't even been reading books. So I've been doing nothing.
Oh. How did your Kindle die?
It's a Generation 1, so I think it just finally was like, I'm dead.
It's just like we're on Generation 10.
Yeah.
Et tu, Brute.
Yeah, it was finally like it actually literally, end of lifespan.
You should send it back to Amazon. Hey, this stopped working.
Yeah, could you give me a replacement?
So, all right, nothing else then, huh?
Nope.
I mean that Mobile Arms, they did a game fund. Is that what it's called? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I think they did a game found. Yeah, Mobile Arms. It was Mobile Arms they did it for. Yeah, I believe that's over too.
From the Black Site Studios guys.
Yeah,
they make a lot of stuff.
Yeah, they make a lot of good games. It's all independent creators that just under their umbrella, but so I'm sure once again if you search for Mobile Arms, that they late backers, I'm sure, for that too. Really good game. I'm not sure about the mechs they were offering. They weren't greatest quality, I don't think, but the game itself was fun.
No, they were alright. I mean, I bought one just to have it.
They're like resin, and not the best resin, I would say.
I mean, the only good thing about them is that they did pre-cut holes for magnets, so you could.
Yeah, because it's a lot of WYSIWYG in that game. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, for me then, I guess. I haven't done too much as far as reading is concerned. Like I said, most of my time is taken up with hobbying. When I do that, I can't do both. I can only do one or the other. But I will say at one point what I had going on in the back, and I don't know if you guys watched it, and we might have talked about it because this thing is about 2 years old now, is that, and I found it on Netflix. Did you watch that series? I think it only ran for one season. Mech Cadets?
Yeah. I read the comic.
I remember you talking about it.
Did we talk about it?
Yeah. Yep.
I think we talked about it, and I think I watched the first episode because I remember watching the first episode. So I had this playing in the background while I'm painting and looking over my shoulder occasionally. Mech Cadets. So and I think I went through about 6 episodes already. I think it's just 10 while I've been painting. So I kind of dig it. I didn't finish it. I watched the first one, and I haven't. And so I guess in the 2 years I forgot about it and started watching it again. Did you guys remember any of it? Did you like it?
Yeah, like I said, I read the comic book. It was Mech Cadet U was the first series, and then I think it was Mech Cadets was the second series. But
okay,
it is a fun, like all ages kind of take on mech piloting. And
yeah, well, you get the janitor. The kid is the janitor who grows up and gets his shot.
Yeah, he stumbles upon getting to be the pilot. Yeah. Yeah.
But I thought it was a nice little, fun little cartoon. I didn't read the comic. We did talk about it, and I think like I said, I watched the first episode, and then I probably got into something else and forgot about it, and I just refound it again over the last couple of weeks while I was painting, and I dig it, and it was good to have in the background while I'm painting too. So, it was kind of fun. I can't wait to see the rest of it actually.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately,
they only did 10 episodes.
Yeah,
huh?
they didn't do any more. I don't think. So, yeah, that's the problem. I think it kind of ends in a cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's
That's the problem with Netflix. A lot of stuff just gets abandoned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unlike Prime and other Disney,
I think
they
did the same with they did the same with the Ultraman series, the cartoons. That they was really good, and I think they got through season 2 and then just
yeah,
cut it.
Yeah, they do it a lot.
It's a shame.
Yeah, that's the problem with Netflix. They're much worse than the other ones. Everybody else kind of gives everybody a chance, especially Apple. Apple would give shows many seasons just to get a foothold. Yeah. But yeah, Netflix, it's like, oh, it was slightly under what we expected. Screw them. It's done.
Yeah, they don't have any growing periods.
No.
I mean, but that's the whole music industry now too. So
it makes me. I know it's a bit of a tangent, but it makes me think of the show The Dragon Prince, which and that was one thing they were always concerned about. Ironically, they have a Kickstarter coming out for the Dragon King, a sequel series. I'm not just advertising Kickstarters on here. I promise.
He's getting a kickback.
But that was always the thing that they were scared about, is like, we know we're telling a multi-season story, like this big overarching tale.
Are we going to get a chance to actually finish it?
Get canceled at any minute.
That's the scary part. Yeah, you can't. You got to do almost one season at a time, because you never know if you're going to get through it. Even some like major shows, like was it Wheel of Time got canceled, and like so. It's unfortunate.
Wheel of Time, I think, was Amazon.
Yeah, Wheel of Time was Amazon, and they made it 3 seasons at least.
Yeah.
I did not watch the 3rd season yet. Probably that'll be one of those shows that I'll move into afterwards. But I digress.
I watch a lot of TV these days.
Yeah, I just don't either.
Alien Earth. That's the only show I've been watching. Alien Earth. There's no mechs in it though so far. There's a lot of robots, but no mechs.
Nah.
But it's a good show.
Well, if that's it for the ComStar, let's move on to the MechBay.
Woohoo!
Now entering the MechBay Hanger.
Okay, welcome to the MechBay Hanger. Since this is October, I thought it would be fun to do something horror-related on the suggestion of Rob.
Horror.
There's a horror
related, not horror related.
Horror.
Terror.
So I had the idea of take a classic horror film and adapt it to be a mech-based movie using the premise of the horror film.
Yeah, mech it up.
Mech it up. So let's start with you, Rob. What did you get?
Oh, you want to start with me? Okay. My first one is I think we each did 2, right? Did we?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. My first one is
I also made movie posters because I was very excited about this.
My first one is called The Hunch Mech of Notre Dame. And it's the tagline is half machine, all tragedy. And it's Paris,
did you
1482.
make a movie poster too?
I did. But yeah, it's not as history remembers it. Hidden within the soaring towers of Notre Dame, people whisper of a strange figure that tolls the bells, a lonely sentinel, not of flesh and blood, but of steel and rivets. And yeah, it's pretty much Hunchback, but with an urban mech as the hero. I thought that an urban mech was kind of funny because he's kind of Hunchback.
That's funny. He's very hunchy.
Yep. So eventually, shit goes down, and of course, old quasi urban mech has to come down and
quasi Irby
to fight Judge Frollo and save his Esmeralda from the evil forces. But if you ever seen Hunchback of Notre Dame, just imagine that with an urban mech, and I think that image alone sells the movie.
Are you putting up the movie posters?
No, I didn't download them all.
Oh,
we'll put them up on our Facebook page. How's that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian, what did you come up with?
So the first one, I won't lie, like I couldn't land specifically on a specific interpretation of the character, but I kind of went with the vibe, the vampire vibe, which like I could go a couple of different ways. I didn't get as specific as Rob, but like I thought like taking that fantasy path and doing kind of two thoughts. One was a mech suit that's fueled by the blood of its pilot.
Yeah, just drinking
I
its blood
think
as
could
it
be
goes.
pretty.
I'm amazed that
pretty,
hasn't been happened. Like I have a feeling that it has happened somewhere. It feels familiar.
ExFil.End the movie
Mm.
is like the ExFil.End
It
itself
pumps
like
in.
had
Yeah.
these little drills that go into
Yeah, I thought
our
I thought it
hero's neck.
familiar. Yeah, it seemed familiar to me.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so that like struck my mind as like a pretty neat and kind of like gothic-y horrific kind of a way to take it. But I combine that with, for people that may have played this game, I actually do kind of enjoy the series, the Lords of Shadows 2 Castlevania series.
Oh, Castlevania.
And the opening sequence, you are playing as Dracula fighting off a crusading army coming to destroy your castle, and they bring a giant holy mech
Oh yeah.
to like smash up your castle. And I'm like, that is a way that we
good
have
shot.
not
Yeah.
seen. I would be really fascinating. Just this like
Turkish mech coming to.
fantasy, like
Turkish
steampunk
mech.
versus magic. I thought that would be a really. It didn't quite touch as much on like the horror vibes. It's not as scary, but that gothic feel I thought could be really a neat space to have those kinds of things play out where you have just fantastical creations of either light or darkness, as it were. And like in the that Lords of Shadow series, like the castle itself like has a life and mind of its own in a lot of ways. And so like having that be an antagonist, and you have to create something that fights it. a gigantic siege engine.
I have a holy siege engine.
Holy siege engine. But yeah, so a little bit of vampiric essence worked into my first one.
So on mine, I was thinking of things like that, and this movie, the movie Christine, came to me right away. And so I was
That's
thinking,
funny.
why not make this into a mech? And so I renamed the mech Krista, and the story goes is a nerdy and bullied pilot from the clan Goliath Scorpion, because I had to do some research on the clans. I didn't know anything about this, so I did a little research on clans. The Goliath Scorpion
they collect antiques.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they send out all the seekers to look for these. So these three guys, they go out and they find an old dilapidated mech and decide to fix it up.
Is it cherry red with a white stripe?
Not yet. But then he finds the name Krista engraved in it, and then all of a sudden, like in the movie, the nerd becomes a little more rebellious and obstinate in the clan. And two of his clanmates, a girl and a guy, sense something is wrong. They start to investigate the mech, and then murder ensues. And
when it gets crushed, does it form back together?
Well, yeah, no, it gets crushed. In my version, the two, they battle it out, and what's his face dies, and then the mech gets destroyed. And the last scene
does it?
Like the grill in the
Yeah.
Christine moves a little. This one, the hand flinches a little bit, but I decided to add the song that Christine plays in the movie come from the radio of the mech. So like it, but I put it in an ancient Earth love song plays from the fallen mech.
That's cool. Yeah,
that was a
perfect
really good one. Yeah, so I thought that was really cool. And the movie poster came out. I used the AI to make a movie poster, and it looked really good with that thing.
Christine. What about the movie Wraith? Remember that movie?
Wraith would have been a good one too. I don't know if I'd classify that as more.
It's not horror. Yeah, it's more science
horror.
fiction. Yeah, there isn't a possessed car in it. It's just a supercar.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it's a possessed spirit or an
Yeah,
vengeful
it's
spirit.
Yeah, it's kind of.
He's a vengeful spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you got a second one, Rob?
Yeah, this is my big one. This is the one I thought of first, and this is the one that I was like, oh, this is a movie. This should be a movie. So it's called the Mummy Mech. It's a steel awakened, wrapped in terror, and it's alternate 1930s Egypt. An expedition goes into a tomb, hoping to find mummies, sarcophagus, but they find a giant mech wrapped in old rags or whatever I don't know what they called the stuff that's on a mummy, and so they take it. Obviously, they're like, oh, we found this ancient artifact, so they take it back to Cairo, and at night the mech comes alive and wreaks havoc in Cairo. So a plucky group of engineers and scientists have to develop their own steampunk mechs to go and fight this mummy mech and take it down, even though it's got superior technology. Did you go with
the classic 1950s mummy?
1930s, like the classicers. Yeah, we got to go with classicer. Yes, and it's but it's I once again did posters. Go to our Facebook page, check out the posters because they're pretty fun. But yeah, so they have to. This mummy mech is wreaking havoc on Cairo, and they have to send their intrepid group of underdog steampunk mechs to go try to take it down. And I think that would be an amazing movie. It'd be so fun. Mechs in the desert. Mechs. Just imagine mechs fighting in front of the pyramids. That's what kind of visual I'm looking at. When the one mech covered in rags, ancient scrolled of things written on them, magic texts. So magic versus technology has got a little bit in there because this thing is there's no pilot in the mummy mech. It's piloting itself. It's possessed by the old.
Gives me Golem vibes.
Yeah,
but I know that's more of a Hebrew thing.
Yeah,
like that's
similar
Jewish,
actually.
Culture.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. Yeah, that would be good. Actually, Golem would be a good one too.
A Golem would be a really good one.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Golems are giant mechs.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right, what do you got for a second one, Ryan?
All right, so again, I think I just kind of found myself thinking of more video games than than movies, but
video games are movies now.
Yeah,
they're more money than movies.
So one of it's an action horror series that I really enjoy is this game called First Encounter Assault Recon, or Fear, and it is a John Woo-esque kind of sci-fi horror series where you're running around as a special forces guy investigating paranormal events, and in these cases there's this psychic girl who possesses a psychic commander who's then linked to all of these clone soldiers, and basically has this army that she's psychically linked to. And I thought, man, extrapolate that into a mecha.
Drones,
either drones or even just the mobile dolls, if you will, out of like Gundam Wing, like just having a legion of like giant robots that you have to contend with, but like that added elements of like the vibe I was really going with this one was like a possession thrust where like the mechs, it's not like an AI thing, right? There's a human behind it, elements worked into it. But I really liked that vibe. There was a movie that kind of inspired it, which was My Science Project. Not to be confused with Weird Science, but My Science Project, where these kids find it's more of a sci-fi than a horror movie, but they find this magic orb thing in a junkyard, and when they plug it in, like it latches on and like goes and extends its energy around the area, and like at one point they have to blow up a big transformer pole to make sure that it doesn't jump the grid and gain even more power.
Like Lawnmower Man.
Yeah, I don't think I've never seen Lawnmower Man,
It's
but
bad.
I think I may have seen parts of Lawnmower Man. Or like an Amityville kind of thing, right? Like it's but yeah, just basically some weird hybrid where there's a possession that happens, and our characters, yeah, they'll probably use the mechs themselves to fight back against it, but like the threat that they're facing is one that's existential in nature. So
Nice.
yeah.
All right.
Also, like Scary Ring Girl, that was all over that fear
Scary
game.
Ring Girl.
That always adds to it. You're in the mech, all of a sudden it comes out of the mech screen.
Like a little bit of to dip into the Dead Zone, the Warpath universe a little bit. The Night Stalkers, like one of the things interdimensional. One of the things they have is the Freddy Krueger rules, right? Where they can kind of appear in your dreams, and that's what gives them strength. Like just knowing that they exist gives them a foothold. And in that, and I realize I'm doing like 1.5, but like in that setting, like there's the Asterians do some like remote drone piloting where they send out their robot bodies, but they're safe in orbit above the ship. And in one of the short stories, they talk about how the Night Stalkers initially, like when they first appeared, like go and attack the drones, and find like there was nothing inside, and then they realize that there's a link.
Yeah, and they can just follow the link.
They go through
the link.
that.
Oh, that's pretty
appear
cool.
in the ship right behind them.
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat. Like that Eldritch psychic kind of stuff, I think would be a really neat for a mech setting.
Yeah, why didn't I think of Cthulhu mech? Jesus.
Yeah.
That's totally just fucking... I missed that boat.
I was going to say the movie Underwater, but I didn't want to spoil things.
That's for next Halloween.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, and for my second one, then I was thinking, Christine was the first thing that came to my head when I thought about it. From the second one, I was thinking, well, you know what? I should really tackle, since we're talking about this, our first time doing this, and it's Halloween, I should really tackle the classics, just like Rob did. But I chose Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein was one I was like, it's too obvious. That's why I didn't take that one.
Yeah, it had made it on my list, but then I'm like, let's think of something else.
But I went with a more futuristic in the sense where you get the deranged scientist engineer. He comes up with a way imprinting AI with dead pilots' neural pathways. And then
so it's not body parts; it's more the
so it becomes a robot in a sense. Not like in. I was thinking as I was coming up with this, I was thinking, oh, this is kind of almost RoboCop-esque, but then I remembered that more
He's more
cyborg.
Yeah.
And everything. So I said, all right. So then I kept going with it. But in this version of this mech Frankenstein, the doctor scientist picks a pilot, but unbeknownst to him, the pilot was a psychopath.
So you got a psychopath in a giant mech.
Yes, and then now you have this psychopath in a mech, and then so
that's kind of what Ed 209 is, isn't it? Or was it no? It's the second movie.
It's the second movie where they took criminals and tried to make
it was their brain
make RoboCops out of them.
Yeah. So then the robot, the mech goes out of control, starts killing, and then they have to fight the mech, and then it just like I think Frankenstein, doesn't he get pushed off a cliff or gets chased off a cliff?
Is there angry villagers with pitchforks?
Yeah,
no, it's angry
chased into a windmill and burned. And they set it on fire and it falls down on him.
Yeah,
wow. So no matter which version. In the book, he just gets away.
Yeah.
Goes out into the Arctic.
Yeah. But then the local police or whatever, they chase this, they combat this mech, and then
with urban mechs.
Yeah, I was thinking urban mechs, farm mechs.
Poor urban mechs with little pitchforks.
They push him off a cliff, and he dies.
Just love that idea of like these little trucks, and they've got like the big old forklifts, like
like technicals with these giant forks on the front. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I didn't do is give the pilot a fear, like the Frankenstein.
Fear of fire.
It was afraid of fire. So
Fear of overheating.
Yeah, that's right. Fear of plasma weapons.
But I also made when I made the movie poster for this one, I based it on the I, Frankenstein version movie poster.
Okay.
The more
Not
recent
the classic one.
Yeah.
It looked cool. Apparently, there's a Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie.
Yeah, it's just coming out. Yeah,
it just came out.
Debuted at TIFF, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll have to.
And Nosferatu was last year. So you could have done Nosferatu.
I didn't think about that.
Or could have done Pacific Rim. I mean,
yeah. Well, I did. I think I made. But then I.
Yeah, I guess that is kind of Cthulhu versus robots in Pacific Rim.
But more, that's more actiony.
Yeah.
But then
optimistic.
After finishing up this little thing, and then I got really into making the movie posters, and for fun, I made Irby from the Black Moon poster.
The Black Lagoon.
Yeah.
It's just like
covered in seaweed.
Is it interdimensional where it just kind of like creeps out of like?
I didn't
space?
make a script. I just made the poster.
Then he just got to making posters. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought it was fun.
Say what you will about AI, but you could just make mech posters out of ancient movies pretty easily.
I wouldn't say that it replaced anything.
It's not art, but it's fun.
For a serious, but for funsies and just doing it for a podcast for hell, I mean it's a tool. But if you're doing it for a real publication or something else,
yeah,
doesn't take the place of real people.
No bueno.
No.
Cool.
So, all right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun.
It was fun. I had a good time with that, and I had to reel myself in from really writing out a full skip.
I had full scripts. Like I cut down what I had.
Mine was just vibes.
I almost wrote a Wikipedia page for my movies.
Mine had a lot more details. I cut a lot out.
Yeah, it was fun though. That's why I couldn't stop. So, all right. Well, that was the MechBay Hanger, and let's wrap up. Hey, speaking of which, before we head off, if anyone has any suggestions, or please post it up in the Facebook page, your little synopsis and horror movie.
Yeah, your own
something
movies.
we might have missed, because there's a ton of horror movies out there. We could have missed quite a bit.
I was really trying to figure out like a mecha slasher one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like
Jason and Freddy.
I didn't know how to make Halloween. I was really trying to get Halloween in there too, but
and Atlas is pretty much a Halloween. He's got the mask already.
But
there is a horror mech in Battletech. Actually, it's the Black Marauder. He's undead mech that people witness. He's got teeth, so it exists in legend.
An undead mech is pretty compelling.
Yeah, the Black Marauder.
All right. Well, let's move on to the ExFil. Wrap this thing up.
Let's get out of here.
Let's ExFil out of here.
What about ghost pirate mechs?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Untapped genre there.
So we are just continuing on with this. So
it's too easy. Next year,
it's fun though. It's fun. We'll keep some in your back pocket.
Yeah.
Listen to some John Carpenter. He'll be good.
Yeah.
Mechs of Mars.
Well, that's it for a Halloween
movie.
Episode.
Worst movie.
I don't know what else to say.
Like, share, subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe.
Comment below. Comment at our Facebook group.
Below.
Find us on
Put your movies
X.
in, like we said.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. In 30 days. Yeah. Go to the Michigan GT in 2 days if you're in Michigan.
Yes, I will see you there if you show up.
What?
If you show up, yeah. If you don't show up, he won't see you there.
If you don't show up, I won't see you.
Yeah. All right. Well, then, for Mobile Arm Radio, I've been your host, Chopper.
I'm Brian.
I'm still Rob.
And we will see you again in 30 days.
Happy Halloween.
30 days.
Bye-bye.
When you listen to this podcast, you will hear another one in 30 days.
We'll be back.
Bye, Mac.
This has been Mobile Armor Radio. Join our Facebook group by searching for Mobile Armor Radio. Find us on Twitter @MArmorRadio. Join us on the first of every month for more Mecha discussion.